Hello, my name is Chuck Ross, and we're back at Minecraft. Look at it. Oh, I'm gonna be honest. After playing so much Hytale, I've just been itching to start a new world. So that's what I'm gonna do. I don't think I'm going to get rid of, or eventually I'll come back to Trials and Tribulations. But a little sneak peek for things I'm working on. Yeah, I can show you a really cool sneak peek. Would you look at that? Anyway, that's enough. Let's get into this new world that we're talking about. So we are going to create new world, and we are going to call it, we're just going to go with that. I am going to allow, nah, do I need to? If I put my no Enderman griefing in, I think I might need to run reload, but I can do that by opening LAN. So we will not worry about that. Let's go world, type default. I think we'll just leave the seed blank and see what we get. Sounds good. Okay. What is more? Game rules. Don't need that. Experiments. Minecart improvements. Redstone experiments. And villager trade rebalance. I think we will leave it as is. And we're just going to go for it. Let's see what we get. Ooh. Okay. I might have to turn that off. That would be video, and we'll turn toast to pause menu. Okay. Well, would you look at that? It's like my favorite biome. Man, I don't know why my music is all weird. Oh, that's why. Because I'm having issues with, what is the word? I'm having problems with my, my in-ear monitors that I have. So I have switched to my over-ear headphones. And, their sound is a bit different. They sound good, but they sound different. Anyway, let's get down here and start punching some trees. Man, there's just something about starting a new world that's just so good. And I gotta be honest, having Dark Oak Forest right next to what appears to be an ocean, that's kind of peak for me. I'm gonna be honest. Like, maybe if there were mountains in the background, like big mountains, that might make it a little better. My UI is so tiny. Why is that? Okay, there we go. Let's get a workbench. I think we are going to make probably a pick first. Might as well. There's really not a point to doing like all of the tools. It's always just use that to get the sticks, or use that to get the stone. But man, starting a new world, I've had that itch ever since really getting into Hytale, that I just want to feel that brand new world feeling, and I just had to, you know? Another thing is that I've been watching the Neocubist, and he just started a new world since he's basically run through everything. You can kind of, oh, that's not great. That's not the best place to get stone. He played through basically all of Hytale already and decided that, you know what, I'm kind of done with this and I want to do something else. So he went and started a new world. He has a different world, but anyway, he was talking about how everyone is talking about, like, having a forever world, and that it's cool and all, but, you know, you don't really need to pressure yourself into doing that. Especially since if you think that's going to rob you of the joy of playing the game, like, if you're not going to enjoy it, then you're not, you know, what are you doing here? That kind of struck a nerve with me, because there are things that I'm feeling about my Trials and Tribulations world. Like, I still love it, and I love what I've done, for the most part. I think there are things that I wish I could change. I just don't know if I'm equipped to do it, I guess. After him talking about that, I was like, you know what? I should just start a new world. Why not? I want to have fun. I don't want to just stick to this world because I decided that I'm stuck to this world. I want to do something that's, like, fun with this. So, that's what we're doing. Long way of saying, welcome to this new world, whatever it may end up being. That is not somewhere I want to be right now. I should probably grab a little bit more stone and make myself a little bit of stuff. Now, if you don't watch the NeoCubist, he is pretty cool. He is very much an old school Minecrafter, which is pretty awesome. It is not something that is for everyone, which feels like a weird thing to say, but it's the truth. It's very long, very uncut. Well, technically, if you want to go like really old school, there wasn't really anything longer than 10 minutes, because that was the limit for YouTube at the time. You see, back in my day, YouTube used to have a limit of how much you could put up there. You can just upload the entire B movie, but every time Barry Benson is on screen, it cuts to Star Wars. And every time Obi-Wan Kenobi's on screen, it cuts to Shrek. And every time Donkey says Shrek, it cuts to some other movie. Yeah, you couldn't do that at the time. Do you guys even remember that trend? Oh, or is that also like super old now? I don't remember. So there's a shipwreck over there, and I think that's the way to go. I try to avoid that, or at least I did, for my Let's Play world, because, I mean, let's be honest, if you decide to swim around the ocean and get a whole bunch of stuff, collecting treasure maps and things, you kind of get set up pretty quickly. And for my initial sort of pilot series of this world, or of my YouTube channel, I kind of didn't want to do that because it felt like I was going to be robbing myself of the experience of, going through the normal Minecraft stuff. Where were the pigs that I just saw? I'm looking for their food. Their yummy little bodies. And they are nowhere to be found. Let's go and check out this the shipwreck. Honestly, one of the funniest things... Ooh, got a Nautilus there. One of the funniest things about going from Hytale to Minecraft is the same issue I had going from Minecraft to Hytale, which is basic... Oh, there's going to be so much annoying here. Well, it's actually... That's quite the placement. See, I just did it. I knew I was going to do that. One of the issues with going from Hytale to Minecraft is that you, especially for how long I was playing Hytale for, you kind of get used to the way that you're supposed to interact with objects. So for me, I had my open chests bound to, I think, F. So I just went to open those chests and just switched to my offhand stuff. Is there another one in here? There is. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. I don't want to die right now. Please don't. Okay. Good. Let's try the suspicious stew first. I don't know what I got, because that's in the way. Okay, well, thanks. 1 and 0. Okay. So let's go with 0 first. I could explore the rest of these. This will be the easiest day to do that, because I might be wrong, but I believe the first day of Minecraft is actually the easiest. I think that's the case. Wow, how many treasure maps am I going to get from this thing? That's crazy. Ooh, okay. What the heck? They have got to rebalance this. Because I have a feeling if I were to open these, they would all point to the same treasure place. So maybe I would just look at the one. Well, let's look at what we got. That is over 1,000 blocks away. That's why the little white dot is so small. All right, so we got to go north and west. Currently facing... I hate that they moved everything. That's so annoying. Facing south. So east, north, and west. Okay, we are going this way. Man, it's almost night. I kind of forgot how short the days and the day cycle is on this game. Considering Hytale is like, I think 20 minutes per. I think that's the case. I wonder if there's a way to adjust the time. That'd be kind of cool. Ooh, what do we got here? We got a ruined portal looking thing, it looks like. That is a guy with a trident, and I want to stay far away from him. I'm not seeing a chest, which is unfortunate. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's get a little breath first. All right, what do we got? Ooh, okay. So we still need to go that way. So we still need to go north and west. Okay. if I can find a village. Oh, look at that. Speak of the devil. And he shall appear. You know what I don't miss about Hytale? A stamina bar. I do not miss the stamina bar. Let's bring this party into the village and get this night over with. I walk into the only house that doesn't have a bed. That truly figures. Excuse me. Ooh, thank you very much. Wow, my inventory is already full. Okay. Well, at least we can get that out of the way. Maybe make a little... Oh, I don't mind if I do. I can't believe I didn't grab that bed. I will have to do that. Let's see. What don't I need? I don't really need Curse of Binding golden leggings. That's not exactly useful. So we will... I just did it again. I will put those in there as a treat. I mean, I could kill some of the cows, but that feels unnecessary for now. So I think I will... Ooh, we're actually pretty close. Nice. This would be a nicer plains biome if there wasn't a giant hole in the middle of it. Then back it up a little bit. There we go. Oh, buddy, would you look at that? Okay. Ooh, come on, let's get up there. I might go ahead and turn the music off. Sorry if you were enjoying that. I might put some in post, but it was a little loud. What can I get rid of? Nice. We got early game food pretty well sorted. That's cool. The stone spear I will leave there. I just tried to access that with the F key. That doesn't work. I'm going to assume that all of these are this. So are all of the maps that I have just here? So we got 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So I will keep that one for now. I expect I will probably be not terribly concerned about keeping all of those, but at least for now, if I decide to decorate with one of them, I've got it. So what do I want? I want the iron. Give me, thank you very much. I will take the fish. I will take the stuff, the TNT, the gold, and the diamond. I probably ought to break that chest. Because if I recall, I don't know if this is even a fact or not, but for some reason I remember hearing that if you break the treasure chest, the world won't try to send you there again. I, again, do not know how true that is, but that is something that I believe, so I will do it. And what is belief if not doing something you don't understand? I mean, I basically just want to explore around my base anyway, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to just kind of run around a little bit. Anyway, I do hope that you guys were enjoying the... What is that? That is a horse. Okay. I was kind of confused what I was looking at. I was like, that's not an Enderman. What is that? Anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoying the Hytale stuff. I kind of expected to have run its course already. And it seems like that is semi the case. Like, I'm still having fun and still have plenty of stuff that I haven't seen yet. It was kind of disheartening to find out that if I wanted to, like, get some of the new world terrain generation, I would probably just have to start a new world unless I go, like, exploring off my main continent. And I don't really feel like doing that. So, I don't know. I might just make a new world when the next update comes out. Because I think part of that is going to be just, like, the fun of exploring, you know, from the start. And I think that's going to be interesting. Because I know that one of the issues I was definitely going to have was that I had already loaded basically all of the cool islands around my continent, and that if I wanted anything like, say, the dinosaurs in the, like, hidden forest in that one section, I would have to go, like, extra far out to find one that actually hadn't been loaded yet, because you can't, like, backload mob spawning, I guess. I think those words make sense in that order, and that is a decent enough explanation, so. I do love the house that I built. I'm super happy with that, though. Super happy. Man, it has been a hot minute since I played this game. Because let's see, Hytale came out like what? January, was it 13th? So it's been a full month really since I last like played this game. Now I will say I did like kind of poke around my my single player Trials and Tribulations world, but that was mostly just because I wanted to like basically just remind myself that it was there. Can I get a dog in 2 bones? I can get him in 1. Look at that. Can I get 2 dogs with 1 bone? I cannot. Okay. Let's start heading back around, I think, towards our spawn point. I'm not a huge fan of having the birch forest right next to my stuff, but it is what it is, I guess. If I recall, the first hardcore world I did on my channel, I actually settled down in like a birch forest. I think it was right next to a jungle, and then I died in a seriously stupid way. Did I not pick up the bed? Are you serious? I did not pick up the bed. Well, can you help me, doggy? Nice, thank you. I don't know if you actually helped at all, but now I can make a bundle. Yay. I should not be doing this in the middle of the night. Let's actually stop doing that now. Let's get back to the place with the beds and the safety. Thank you for your bed. Ooh, okay. I should have checked this this chest a little sooner. You go in there. You go in there. Don't forget the bed this time. And since they're like here, let's go ahead and get this one. And let's take you. Nice. And just like that, my inventory is almost completely manageable. Man, one of these days, I know that they're eventually going to actually push out that villager trading rehall, and that's just gonna that's gonna make me so disappointed. Like, don't get me wrong, trading with villagers is definitely broken, but I can't imagine Mojang putting out a fix for that I would be happy with. That just doesn't seem like it's in their character, to be honest. Ooh, okay, iron spear. I will take that. I will take that. I will take all of you. Let's get a little bit more bread going. That is not how you make bread. That's how you make bread. Okay. So quite often when I play on my own, or I guess before I started a YouTube channel and just started playing it specifically for the YouTube channel, that is so many zombies. There must be a spawner like right here. When I used to play before I made the channel, I would quite often, when I was making a world, I would just run and just explore the world for... Ooh, okay. Basically forever. I played as a nomad at first, basically, is how I would describe that. This is a nice little area. Definitely like how smooth it is going up to the hill. That's not a good idea. I like how smooth it is going up to the hill. I don't think I want to settle here. I kind of really, really like the very vibrant dark grass of the dark oak forest. So I will probably, honestly, depending on how big it is, I might go back to spawn and do stuff there. But I still want to run around because that is one of my favorite things in this game. Is just running. Oh man, okay. And a little more food. Ain't gonna hurt no one. I love the tame nautilus, but I think I need like the pufferfish, and that's not happening. So this is map 4, which is the same one I've already been to. But let's keep exploring. I think I'm gonna actually just ride around the coast. I think that's what I'll do. Ooh, we got an ocean monument right over here. That's pretty cool. My Trials and Tribulations world. I'm super torn on it because I love where it is as far as like where I built my town and everything. I like the builds themselves. I'm kind of not a huge fan of them all like next to each other, which is a problem when you're building a town. Not being happy about all the buildings being next to each other. It kind of makes it difficult to build a town. I'm gonna be honest. But one of the things that I'm kind of the most disappointed about, that like I couldn't change even if I wanted to, is I kind of just, the kind of grass in that area is just not good. You know, it's like the taiga or whatever. Ooh, okay. I might actually fill this little bundle up. I should have been taking the iron nuggets. I will do that in the future. I got so used to the color of the grass that anytime I would go anywhere else in the world, I would just be like, wow, everything's so colorful. It's so beautiful and vibrant. Why did I ever live where I did? Curse of Binding. That's not great. Oh, that's not great either. There we go. Okay. So let's see what we get from this one. Ooh, weakness. That's probably what I got last time. I think that's the one you get the most. You two can go in there. That's my utility bundle. Speaking of bundles, most of you, I'm assuming, probably watch at least some of the Hermits, or at least are aware of the Hermitcraft stuff. Izuma made that bundle shop, and the entire time I'm just like, yes, this is exactly how I use bundles. I mean, I don't use everything he has in them, but that's kind of the point, is, you know, he uses them a very specific way, and it's very similar to the way that I use it. And I was just shocked that some of them had never touched them before. I was like, that's crazy. It is about sleepy time. F3 and B, don't hurt the dog. There we go. So the hill itself, not all that impressive, I'm going to be honest. It would be kind of cool to have something up here and then a view from the ocean. That'd be kind of cool. Like, this is the correct place to put a lighthouse. Maybe just for fun. Oh, I've been playing at 12? Yeah, no wonder it felt super close. Let's go back up to like 24. And done. What do we get? That's a warm ocean, or a lukewarm, I think. Or, yeah, because of how green it is, I think it's a warm ocean. Okay. Cool. And that is the jungle? Interesting. I did not realize there was a jungle right here. Okay. That is pretty cool. I thought that was going to be the swamp and that I was looking at mangrove trees, but the jungle grass is super nice and super vibrant as well, but it's kind of the worst thing to try to clear in your life. So I will probably not do that. Got some turtles. That is the second best savanna biome. It's, of course, the second best because if it were the first best savanna biome, it wouldn't exist. Interesting. There is, in fact, a jungle temple? No, that's a portal. Okay. Man, got my hopes up. Ooh, I got some watermelons. Nice. Let's take a look. Okay. Now that is a chest plate I can use. The Mending Golden Hoe. That's kind of cool. Ooh, Feather Falling 4? How did I not notice that? Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely holding on to those. Oh, wow, that is a ocean monument right there. That's pretty cool. That is so close to the shore. Are you serious? I'm not even that far from spawn. Do I want to bring the dog? I guess I will. Okay, get in the boat. Get in the boat. Come on. Come on. Get in the boat. Get in the boat. Okay, let's try to avoid getting mining fatigue, because that would suck. I might have to come back here and run through the jungle a little bit more, because I would love to find a temple. That'd be cool. I'd like the stuff from that. But yeah, that's like actually a mushroom island. Next to a warm ocean or coral ocean or whatever it's called. Tropical, maybe? I don't know. There's so many little differences, then they all have their own little name. It's its own thing. There's not really any point in me getting off and going on here. It's a little tiny, but they usually are from what I've seen. Although this is probably considered Mushroom Island, isn't it? Where is that? Mushroom Fields, yeah. So the biome actually extends all the way out to like, yeah, right around here. Probably, if I had to guess, anywhere that isn't that light green is probably considered Mushroom Island. Now, one thing that I would love, and I have yet to run into this, is I would love to see one of those ocean monuments in a tropical or coral reef thing, because that would just look so cool. That kind of suspiciously looks a little bit like it is. It's right on the edge, though. Wait a minute. There's two? What? That's kind of cool. I wonder if these actually connect. That would be crazy. Let me check. So if I hit this darker blue ocean and it switches from warm ocean to like mushroom fields. No, it's just deep lukewarm ocean. Okay. So I was going to say, judging by just the line, it wouldn't have surprised me if that was the case. That's pretty cool. Okay. Well, I have gone slightly off course. Maybe a little bit. So it's probably time to head back to the main continent area and continue looking for a place to stay. But this is a pretty cool spot. I don't feel like doing an ocean base, but it's definitely a place to look for. That is a whole lot of paper. Ah, this is a broken one. I do not need you. All right, let us head back to generally wherever we think spawn is and do a little bit more of a runaround. It would be crazy if I just stumbled across a jungle temple right here. It would be crazy if I just saw a jungle temple right here. Not gonna work, huh? I mean, it was worth a try. Now, how to get down safely. We're actually not that far away from spawn. It should just be, like, right up there. Yeah, because this is where I came for the treasure map, that's right. And then there's the plains right over there with the village and all that. I suppose since they are both the, like, moderate climate biomes, that's why they're always, like, right next to each other. I don't know. I guess I've noticed that every time there is a dark oak forest, there is almost always, what even is that, birch forest right next to it. And that always annoys me because it's like it's ruining my view of my dark oak. This is a pretty decently sized dark oak, at least on the coast here. That's pretty cool. That's another ocean monument. Within view of spawn, that is pretty cool. Oh, imagine if I got a pale oak right here. Here's hoping. Doesn't seem to be the case. Wow, this really is just on the coast, and it is entirely surrounded by birch. That's quite a thing. So much birch. What the heck? That's unfortunate. It's still doable, but that's unfortunate. In case you're wondering, my perfect setup would be a fairly decently sized dark oak surrounded by regular forest, or maybe even like, I don't know, old growth taiga would be cool. I think the regular standard forest would be fine though. I mean, I guess I could do that myself. I just go through and plant a bunch of... Oh! I am so sorry, dog. That was entirely an accident. Partially yours, but entirely an accident. I will kill a cow for you. Or you can eat the fish. Cool, that works too. Nice. Got some cherry blossoms. Not exactly rare, but, you know, it's always nice to find them. Nice. Okay. And now we just have to figure out how to get up this one. Boom. Out of curiosity, does anyone else use the tooltips like in their normal gameplay? Like when they're normally just playing? Or is that a weird thing to do? Because I feel like I don't see people do that a lot. We climbed a mountain. We picked wildflowers and put it in your hair. That is quite the area there. Man, it feels like the fog moved in with the rain. What is that? I don't like it. There's the dark oak forest. I want to keep going south a bit. That is south, right? Yes, okay. Okay, now the game is just, it's laughing at me. Birch forest fields forever. So much birch. Why? Would it be worth doing a little bit of a smash and grab? Probably not. Like, for the most part, I'd probably be fine. But they run surprisingly fast. Man, it's kind of tricky because I have an idea of what I want to build. And I think it would be super doable. It's not something terribly difficult, I suppose. But I'm trying to figure out where I want to do it. I'm not going to lie, I kind of had a thought of like, you know, There's nothing actually stopping me from building it in my Trials and Tribulations world, but I think just building it wouldn't really be any of the fun that is, I don't know, Minecraft, I guess, just because I've already got everything in that world. You know, I've got chests full and chests and chests and chests of, like, you know, virtually all the supplies, which is kind of tempting, honestly, not gonna lie. But I don't know. It feels like it would be better to do in a different world. So that's why I'm here. Partly anyway. Also, I missed the early game. I was getting that itch. Oh, that itch for early game stuff. Fortune 3. Okay. You know what? That's pretty cool. So options so far are the Dark Oak, which is a little small for, I think, my preference. Plus it is entirely surrounded by birch forest, which I could simply cut down a bunch and then plant regular oak trees there to make it look like a normal forest. I could definitely do that. It really wouldn't even be that hard. Or I could go with one of the multiple plains that I've found that are also pretty nice. There's the one a lot closer to my base, my spawn point. Then there's that one right there. I could go with a meadow on top of one of the hills that we saw earlier, but I don't really think... I don't know. That'd be kind of cool, though. Okay, we have another dark oak. I don't want to give away too much of what I'm going to do, quite yet anyway, but I do think doing it on a meadow would be kind of cool. Ooh, nice. Okay. I am definitely going to get me some of that. Oh man, getting pale oak this early is going to be super nice. Oh man, that's something that I should have been doing. I should have been going around collecting all the various tree types that I've seen so far. That would not have been a bad idea to get a couple of extra saplings for things. Whoa, did you see that? That is pretty cool. Oh man. I do love the dramatic landscape that the mountains give you. Or even just the dramatic backdrops that it gives you. That could be worth checking out. I do need to get those saplings, though. I completely blanked on that. How far out am I, anyway? Well, 2,500 blocks. It's not too bad. I could basically boat my way back anyway. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. I can get a couple of different kinds of saplings from this area. That's good. So let's break this away from this tree. I am going to get harvesting these trees for some saplings and some wood, and I'll be back. Well, after just taking out the 2 trees, I have 11 saplings, so I should be fine. I think their rate is pretty decent at dropping the saplings, so at the very least, I know where they are. Next is to grab some pine, or not pine, what am I talking about? Spruce. Before we go there, let's probably put our leather boots back on just in case. Easy advancement here. That's a pretty cool spot. Because that way I would at least have the backdrop of these mountains here. Oh man, this is a pretty cool spot. I don't think it's right for me, though. Not this time, anyway. I'll tell you one thing I won't miss about my other world. Literally every direction I mined, there was a fortress, not fortress, what was they called? The Forgotten Cities or whatever? There was one of those in literally every cardinal direction I mined. It was very annoying. All right, we continue our journey. I think at this point, it's probably better to just go back to spawn and check around that area one more time before I decide to finally put down some roots after I look at that ruined portal real quick. Because I think from here, I want to just get to the shore, and then I will just row my way all the way back. That will definitely be the best way to do that. Oh, that's... oh, man. That is not a good time. So home is basically... that way? Yes. I don't expect anything terribly interesting to happen between now and then, but if that does, I'll let you know. What is that? I just saw something dip into the water. It looked like a bee, but I don't think it was a bee. Oh, okay. Yep. I completely forgot about those things. The Nautilus. For Christmas in 2025, for those who aren't hip with the new just calling it the last 2 digits, I got everyone in my family a Nautilus shell, like a real life one. And they're not called Nautilus. They might not be the same thing, to be fair. It was called a ammonite, I believe. Yeah, an ammonite fossil. And they were like fossilized with, I think, agate in them, which was super cool. It's kind of funny. It was like, when was that? That was like probably May of last year. It was sometime pretty early last year that I found a website where you could buy fossils. Oh, I forgot my dog. Doggy, come here, please. Doggy, I missed that obnoxious bark of yours. Where are you? Come on. There you go. Anyway, so it was fairly early in 25, and I found a website that you could buy fossils on. It's not like super rare or anything. They're kind of everywhere, actually. But I found one, and I was like, oh, you know what? It'd be funny if I did like a fossil theme for Christmas or something. So I then sat on that for like basically the whole year. Told my brother about it, and he was like, yeah, that'd be funny. Go ahead and do it. So I did. And I got everyone the ammonite fossils, and then I can't remember what they're called. Trilobites. That's what they are. Trilobites. It was kind of funny though, because when I opened the box that they came in, I went ahead and opened the bags that had like the different kinds in them, and was firstly surprised at the just size of the trilobites. They were, what would fit in my hand like that? They were slightly smaller than like a normal wallet, as far as like the width and height and everything. But they were heavy things, because they were like just, fossils. But I opened them on my desk, and then when I went to put them back in the bag, I just realized that like I have just like fossil dust all over my desk mat now. Fortunately, it cleaned off pretty easy. It just, not gonna lie, it felt kind of weird to like sweep away what was basically just, bits of rock from a fossil. That was a weird thing. And then in return, because I talked about getting the fossils for everyone, and specifically mentioning how cool it was that you can buy insects in amber on those websites for surprisingly decent prices, I ended up getting one of those for Christmas for me. So that was pretty cool. To clear up the confusion of if those words made sense in that order, I had been talking to my brother about the fossils on the website and how cool it was, and that you could even buy bugs in amber, and how awesome that was. And he ended up getting one of those for me. So I now have like a little mosquito in a piece of amber on my desk, which is pretty cool. There is no chest here. That is a shame. Ooh, thank you very much. I will take this. Thank you very much. All right. What is our mystery meal of the day? Wow. They weren't kidding when they said blindness. This might be a bit of a longer first episode. It's I've already been recording for I think 2 hours now. So, hope you enjoy. Also, like, I would love to like make better videos. So, if there are things that you think I should do differently, and, those would be, I'd like to watch the videos, but like an hour long is just too much. If it's something like that, I can definitely work around that or work with that. But yeah, so like if the episodes are too long or you feel like they're too boring in some way, one way or another, just let me know. That'd be nice. I'd like to get better at making them, and I need your help to do that. So yeah, video length, video topic. If you feel like the pacing is too slow or too fast, even, let me know. If I think it's something that I can change or want to change, Because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it might just be like a personal artistic choice. But if that is the case, I will probably say so in the comment when I respond to you saying, "Gosh, your video is too slow." Sometimes the video just might be too slow. Other times, I think that might be the correct speed for the video, just, you know. Back on the open waters. This feels like we're going a little too far south to go back north, but I think it'll be okay. Wow, that is quite the cliff. One of these days, I am going to build the ruins from Princess Bride up on top of one of these things, right in front of the Cliffs of Insanity. If you haven't seen that movie, you should. It's pretty good. It's one of my favorites. Anyway, let's go home now. So I thought I was going the right way, but now I'm in a shattered savanna, and there is a single spruce tree over here. And I cannot believe my eyes. That's right. Pink sheep. Pink sheep. Pink sheep. We're taking a screenshot of that because I want that. As you might have seen from the coordinates that popped up on my screen when I did that, I went a little bit off course. Like, I'm at 1691 and 1010. So I need to go that way. I thought I could just go to the ocean and then connect back up. But nope, not quite. A second pink sheep has hit the world. That is insane. Well, we finally made it home. Well, back to spawn anyway. And I'm going to empty some of this stuff out into a chest here. I think I might just leave it all in the bundle now that I think about it. There is a creeper somewhere. There we are. And I don't really feel confident that I would be able to kill it, but I kind of don't want to just leave it here. Oh, the Enderman can pick up blocks. I'll have to put that thing in there. I'm not a huge fan of the Enderman being able to pick up blocks in my worlds, so I will typically go in and add the data pack that stops them from doing that. And I had not done that yet, so I will have to actually do that. So I think right around here feels like the center as far as side to side, not necessarily all the way, you know, from the coast to the birch. But I think going up here should be fine. Can I put you on here? Yeah, okay, cool. Actually, that's pretty close to the center now that I'm looking at it. If I went over like another, I don't know, call it 20, 30, maybe that would be closer. But okay. I kind of like it. I kind of like it's a decent size. It's not too bad. I'm sure someone's screaming about, like, you know, you spent all that time walking around the world just to settle at spawn? And yes, I did. Actually, I think I'll go with this beach. This seems closer to where I want to start building things anyway. And it's nice and flat already. And plenty of space. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Well, I cut down some trees, just the two though, and organized my stuff a little bit. Got everything out of the chests, or out of the bundles and things. And have a decent amount of dark oak and pale oak, which is kind of the only thing that I've got a lot of. I mean, I've got some spruce, that's not too bad. For basically what I'm going to be doing is building a working, or like a builder's shack. I really don't need a whole lot of stuff. It would be nice if it looked nice. That's always good. But for now, I think we will just go with what we got and see what we can do with that. I'm honestly super impressed with the amount of stuff that I've been able to carry around in basically my inventory and what, like 5 bundles? So that's pretty cool. Anyway, I mean, I might as well put it here since I've already got the floor area dug out for that, which was basically just a hole in the ground that I haven't filled in yet. And for the interior space, I really just want enough room for me to live and keep a couple of chests. So I'm thinking if I do like bed, maybe sunken into the floor, and then workstations all around it. So I think I will go with, oh man, that's very light. So we'll give it a try, but I'm thinking I will go with the pale oak for the walls. Okay, so that's floor, chest, and then wall. Oh wait, we got bookshelves. Do I want to do bookshelves right now? I kind of want to try the bookshelves. You know, I don't think even in my world before this, I really actually used the bookshelves. What is it, like this? Okay. That does get you 6. That's not too bad. I really hope this looks right. I think in my head this is going to look pretty good. So I'm just going to stick with it even though it's a lot. It's a choice that I have made. That's what we're going with. And next for the roof, I was going to go with dark oak because it's a lot, but I think I might just go with the spruce because I feel like the combination of like the incredibly pale and then the incredibly dark might look a little weird. This already looks a little weird, but you know, it it is what it is. And again, this is pretty much just until like I get a better actual house. I just want to have somewhere safe. That is technically a roof over my head. What do I think? I think it's super weird and I kind of like it. If I do it like that, I get 9 on both sides. I think space for 24 chests in this area will be more than enough. You know, I am going to be completely honest with you. I don't think I have ever built a house this ugly. it's it's not good. But that also means I can't make something worse than this cuz this is bad. So that's hopefully that's how that works. Well, I did a little fiddling around with it and I finally figured out how to make it look good. Or better at least. It's not the prettiest, but it definitely looks better than it did before. And I just couldn't leave it like that. I couldn't have the first thing I build on this world be whatever that was. So, I hope you guys are excited about this new world. I am, for sure, super excited. I have some plans that I think will be pretty cool, and I just want to get going. So, I'm going to say, in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. That is a creeper. I've been Chuck Ross. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.